everybody. Hey, Naomi, how's it going?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Please make sure, before we get into the readings, please make sure if you have donated that your question is below. And if you are watching off of Facebook or the I Want to Believe channel, and you do want a reading, make sure that you switch over to the Oracle Intuitions channel on YouTube, just so that we can see everybody there. Because Nami actually can't see the Facebook chat that's coming through, and she can't see the I Want to Believe chat that's coming through. So, also, if you do want a personal reading with us, you can contact Nami on TikTok at Mimi's Holistics. And if you would like a reading with me, a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. Good to see everybody. So, how's your week? I know it's been a challenging one, hey?
Yeah, today was a long day since 7 a.m. So some of my followers don't know yet. I haven't updated them, but I had to admit my father to the hospital today, and it's just been a very long day. So I won't probably hear any updates until tonight. So I'll make sure I follow up. I'll update you, and I'm gonna update my followers as well.
Awesome. I'm gonna put the list for the readings today. It's going to be in the chat section, because I noticed last week when we put it here, it kind of takes up the entire screen. I think that StreamYard changed something. I hope your dad's going to be okay. Like I know it's a tough one, because I mean we just went through that last year. You know, I lost both parents in a month, so it was boom boom. You know, lots of hospital visits, lots of worry and stress, and everybody's sending positive prayers and thoughts to you. So
Thank
that's,
you.
yeah, it's a hard thing to, deal with when your parents are, getting older and getting up there or whatever. So
Yeah. I had a little breakdown in the hospital because I mean, we just don't know how it's going to turn out, but it's like reality like kicked in, I guess.
yeah,
And I was like, I prayed, I said, just help me to be ready for whatever, takes place.
yeah, exactly. Just 1 second. Sorry. Hang on. I just have to respond to something. Okay. Sorry. Um, Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, and I'm glad that you're
Mm.
going to keep us updated, because you know we're all going to be worrying about you.
Definitely.
So, and the breakdown is pretty normal.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna drive my dad to the hospital, everything's okay, whatever. And then while I was there and seeing him and seeing everything and how his condition and everything, I was just like you know I
It
had a
really
little
hits
moment.
you, right? Like when you
Yeah.
see them, it's funny, because I know that even with my parents, but my mom had been in the hospital several times. And one of the things I noticed is, even if their condition at home seemed all right or whatever, it's like that hospital setting that
Yeah.
it gives you that sense of reality to some degree.
Mhm.
And that's where it really
Definitely.
kicks in. And it kicks in your brain, it kicks in your emotions, all of that. It's not easy. It's not
Mhm.
easy. Um, One of the things, it kind of leads me actually into what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I had somebody message a couple of days ago. I've actually heard this question a few times lately. And a lot of people are asking, why are so many spiritual or just good people, why are they struggling so much right now? Like, it seems like a lot of people, some people are just sailing through things. And these are usually people that like they're not really good people. You know what I mean? Or they might have selfish tendencies or whatever. And then you see these people that are really struggling. And one of the things that I just wanted to talk about is I do feel that right now there is a test going on. And we've talked about tests on the show before, especially over the last couple of years. There's a lot of things that are, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I would just stay away from mainstream media because you're not getting the actual truth of what's going on in a lot of things. One of the things I usually do is I watch the live streams of something, because there's probably going to be about 100 live streams, and you're going to see the reality of something that's going on, right? But whereas the mainstream media seems to pick and choose what it is that they want to talk about. But one of the things that, if you do notice on mainstream media, or if you do watch mainstream media, it seems to really focus on the negative. And there's a lot of things that are going on right now that are, I feel like they are a test. They're a test to us. They're a test to, and again, I'm going to go back into core values. Core values. This is so damn important. I can't even stress this enough. What are your core values? What are your core morals? What is your core insight? Are you getting who you are from the mainstream media? Are you getting it from social media? And we see, I mean, if you're on TikTok, well, not the readers, not Amy, but if you watch any of these TikTokers, like there's these, teenagers that are pretending to be schizophrenic and doing this and doing, I mean, some of it is just pure nonsense, right? And it's full of shit. And if you're sitting there and then talking about, I'm not even going to get into it because it would get political, but some of the things that are coming through are nonsense, like absolute nonsense. Kids using freaking litter boxes in schools, and instead of the toilet, because they want to identify as a fur ball or something. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
But this is bringing about a lot of destructive mental health. And if you're in a place where you're seeing through a lot of this stuff, you're going to be in a place where you're starting to understand exactly what's going on. So one of the things I wanted to discuss today, now I'm one of those people, I'm not a label person. I'm not like, I finally bought a Michael Kors purse, I think last year, or the beginning of this year. You know what I mean? But that was probably the only name brand. And you know what? Here's the thing. If you like name brand, go for it. Have name brand. To me, it's not, if I see a Coach purse, I'm like, oh, like I look at the style. I don't sit there and go, oh my God, it's Coach. I literally could care less. Like you know what I mean? The price tag doesn't bother me. It's the functionality of something that I'm more impressed about, if that makes sense. So one of the things that's been coming up in the news, if anybody, or it's not actually, let me correct that. It's not the mainstream news. It is more YouTube, but is Balenciaga.
Oh yeah, it's all over TikTok.
Yeah. And so, and you were asking earlier, what does it have to do with? Well, Balenciaga decided that they were going to take an ad, and they have a BDS. Am I saying this right? Oh my God. But anyway, they have a bondage line. Okay. And so these children were holding teddy bears in bondage wear. But also on the desk, they had a Balenciaga purse, and the documents that the purse was sitting on top was actually a court case about child porn.
Wow.
Right. So the thing is that, there finally is some controversy about it, but it took some of these stars a week and a half to finally start expressing their disgust with it, rather than there was like, oh, I have to talk to my manager, I have to talk to my financial dude, I have to, no. You should be out there, bang, this is wrong, this is disgusting, and be done with it. Cut all ties, to this. And it wasn't until it became a thing where people were like, oh, I guess I should cut off my, my ties with them. And but it's these sort of things that are going to start happening, and we're seeing it already. We've been seeing it for the last year. More and more is going to start coming out, and this is one of the things that I feel like spirit is asking of people. Where are your core values? Where are your morals? Where is your who you are inside? Are you tolerating this? Is this okay? Are you going to stand up? And I feel that we are being tested by having some really kind of shitty things happen, or feeling like we're losing a sense of faith. But if we read, if you, whether you're, you believe in the Bible, whether you believe in God, whatever it is, there have been signs for a long time, of things that are coming to pass. But also too, is that in order to fight, or in order to be a person that is going to stand up for a lot of these things, sometimes we have to have our faith tested. And that's where I feel like a lot of people are really struggling right now, is that lack of faith, or that loss of faith, simply because, you might have so many shitty things happen that you're starting to lose your faith. But at the same time, faith isn't just when things are going good.
Right.
Right? When you have faith, it's because you have faith. You have faith. I always tell people, have faith in something. And whether it's God, whether it's spirit, whether it's universe, whether it's yourself, whatever it is, have faith in something. But your faith might be tested, right? And if we look back at history, if we look even back at the Bible, if you are a Bible reader, or whatever, if you believe in God or don't believe in God, this is, our faith has been tested throughout throughout history. And I feel like this is sort of what is happening with spirit at this point. Where is your faith? Can you have full faith? And you got to remember that when we ask for something, and when we are in a place of allowing and accepting and believing and having faith, and really we could call it the law of attraction if we want to go to that step. How do you manifest from a place of despair? You're not manifesting anything. You're only manifesting more despair, right? And it goes round and around in a circle. And a lot of people will try to manifest a specific person, for instance. And instead of paying attention to what's inside of them, or maybe a specific, they want a specific relationship or financial being or whatever it is, when they're in a place of despair, you're not going to be able to see the positive coming through, because you're going to be so focused on the despair. Whereas instead of focusing on the positive and trying to be in a better place. Now, here's the thing. This doesn't mean that to walk around with a big happy smile on our face when something devastating happens, like the loss of somebody, or, severe sickness. It doesn't mean that you sit there and smile and go, great. Yay, I'm so positive. That's a human emotion. But at the same degree, where are we focusing on? Are we looking at any of the positives? Are we looking at, even if we lose somebody, I'm so grateful that I had this time with this person. It sucks big time that you took them away, but I'm grateful that I had this time. And something like that is actually okay to say. Or even if, again, financially, you know what, this place that I'm in really sucks, but I am so grateful that I've got a bed. I'm so grateful that I have a toilet. I'm so grateful that I have food. I'm so great. So this is where we change that vibration within us, right? And when we look at things that do bring us to a place of sadness, like, I mean, for me personally, I'm very much against anything that has harm towards children, like that it's just a massive thing. So as I'm watching this and I'm seeing these people not respond to it or not really talk about it, I mean, it hasn't even been brought up on mainstream media, which is I mean, if it was anything else, anything that was the cool thing to do, oh, it would be all over every place. You know what I mean? Yeah, it would be everywhere, all over social media. Everybody would be, celebrating it or being angry with it. So this is again, going back into where are our core values. and it's time to start speaking up. And if something is not resonating with you, speak up about it. But at the same degree, don't speak up about something just because it's the cool thing to do, because 90% of the time the cool thing to do is not the right thing to do. So that is my little spiel. Do you have anything to add? Because I'd love to hear it.
No, definitely no. And when you talked about speaking up, there's been occasions where,
I just dropped my
even
pen.
just
Sorry, hang on. Go ahead.
even just driving out to a store or to the mall or wherever, sometimes you see something and it's wrong and you want to say something, but you don't want to meddle. For example, like I seen this woman yelling at her child. I'm not sure if she was the mom or if she was the grandma, but it was the way that she was handling the situation with this kid, and the little kid kept saying sorry, and I felt so bad, and I felt like saying something so bad. And she even made a comment, and she's like, "This is why I can't, go about my day, and I'm just gonna go leave you somewhere, and this and that." And I was like, "Oh my God." Then I was like, when she was driving away, I kept looking at the car, and I'm like, the whole time I was like, I wish I would have said something, because you just never know. Sometimes we get angry at our kids and we say things and we don't mean, but you don't know if that person meant that. Because there's people that do say things and mean it, and I told Miguel, from here on out, we see something wrong, we say something, it's just, we say something, that's it.
It's hard because, like, especially, I totally agree. Like, it's hard because sometimes you don't, like you said, you don't know where that person is at that moment. Maybe they're just having a really crappy day or whatever is going on, right? But at the same degree, sometimes it's just hard because we don't know what that person's reaction is going to be, especially nowadays too, right? But if you do, if you are able to, even through social media or something like that, speak up, right?
Definitely. You're able to report things on social media. If you see something wrong on Facebook or on TikTok, there is a button where you can click report and write what it is. What is this, fraud? Is this scam? Is this illegal? Whatever, like, just report it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, before we get into the readings, I just wanted to remind everybody, hi Angel, thanks for joining us, or Angeli. All of our readings, there is a way to donate. If you do want a reading tonight, it's going across the screen. And we do ask that you have to be a subscriber of Oracle Intuition. So just pop on over to Oracle Intuitions on YouTube. And if you did want a reading, you can get one through there. A lot of people ask for free readings, and I appreciate that. However, it's also not fair to the people that have donated, and this is why we are not doing the free readings. But also, we put a lot of time and energy into each reading that we do. We don't just brush them off. It's not like a yes or no answer, and we just want people to know that. So, you're getting a pretty darn good value for the $10 that you do donate. Yeah. And to be honest, if this was just private readings that we were asking people for, and we didn't have this channel going, like, we'd probably be making 10 times amount. So I'm just letting people know. Hi, Will. How's it going? Nice to see you. Okay, so we're gonna get started, I guess. Or do you need to take a break at all, or do you want to get started? Maybe we'll take one.
We can get started.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get started.
Okay, maybe we'll do 2 or 3, and then we'll take a little bit of a break and go from there. Miguel is actually first. So Miguel just wants a general reading.
Okay.
And also, guys, make sure that your question is in the chat. Dana, you're next. So I don't know if you've placed your question in here already, but just let us know.
So the first thing that I'm getting from Miguel, and maybe you can confirm it for me. I know you mentioned prior that he was having some sort of situation with his health, and I always pick up more like a stress, anxiety situation. And I feel like yeah, it might have been like an anxiety attack that he's gone through. But the first thing I'm getting is improving health. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if he has practiced on things that I've told him as well as you have told him, to help relieve that stress. Take time to himself or meditate or whatnot. um it feels as if he has somewhat improved in that situation there. I'm also getting abundance, and I've gotten this for you before, and I know that's something huge that you've been worrying about this whole month. And I just keep getting the abundance card again. So I do feel that abundance is coming forth. This abundance is going to come forth this month, and that abundance is for this month, so it's going to come forth this month for sure. I'm also getting that you're receiving a lot of signs, and pay attention to them. They are not just reminders, they're actually sending you a lot of messages, um, especially in regards to certain situations that you're going through, aside from financial situation. um, there's other messages that they're sending you as well. So make sure that you do pay attention to those messages. And that's what I'm getting from Miguel at this time.
It's actually funny that you said abundance because just a second, I'm just responding. One of the things I kept hearing, and it's so funny because always with Miguel, I always hear stuff like beforehand, like before sometimes the show even starts, and like I'll see his name or whatever pop up, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this is easy, easy bun. But I kept hearing end game, like you're nearing the end. I feel like it's nearing the end of the struggles, nearing the end of the torment, I guess, that you've been experiencing, especially financially and stuff like that. I keep hearing end game. I do feel it's going to be important to just sort of pay attention as much as you possibly can towards that end goal. But that's what kept coming through, end game. And I was like, okay, nearing the end. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm actually getting to I do feel still a little bit of anxiety. And you're kind of like at that place of what in the hell now? It's like, and
Especially after today.
yeah, probably especially after today, right? But again, it just feels like it's nearing that, nearing the end of that, those struggles, nearing the end of the road. I don't know if you guys have been listening to, meditation music or anything like that while you're sleeping, but I really do recommend, Miguel, maybe even in the car, if you're doing a work run or something like that, put on YouTube, and listen to music that is going to really bring you into a different, like a higher vibration. I would actually even recommend something. You don't want to, fall asleep, obviously, while you're driving, but there is some binaural beats that can bring your vibration higher. So you might not want to play those in the car, maybe more so at home, that bring up that vibration. Anything, I think it's 422 and higher, 425 and higher are usually very good waves that will help bring your mindset into a different spot, I guess is the best way to say it. There is actually a program that you can make your own binaural beats. It's free on the computer, but you know what? most of these YouTube videos have them.
Yeah.
So, if you don't feel like buggering around with something like that, and you probably just don't have the time to be doing stuff like that. But
I used to play them every night before bed, and then I stopped playing it for a little while, and then I would put rain sounds because I have to have some kind of sound to go to sleep. So
yeah, yeah.
I can play them again. I have Spotify, or YouTube has the binaural beats. And it'll have different titles, like for manifesting money, or for more positive energy, and that cleansing as well.
Yeah, it really do help. They make a difference. But the trick is what we have to remember also is that these things, when we're playing stuff like that, it actually takes about 28 days before our brain registers it.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work before the 28 days,
Yeah,
but before it actually, because what happens is our subconscious and our conscious mind play against each other. So our conscious mind is very much the 3D reality of what we're seeing right now. Okay. And so when we're going through a struggle of some sort, we're going to be paying attention more to that 3D and that conscious mind. But
makes
it's our subconscious that changes our conscious reality. You see? So if in our back of our subconscious, or in our subconscious, we're replaying, you know, something, if we're replaying like a tape, but it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, I struggle financially. Why can't things be better for me? Why? That's playing in the back of our head, and it's repeating. It's on repeat. And so no matter what we're doing, we're like do 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 do. And this is why 28 days, actually it takes about 28 days to switch over that subconscious. They say the same thing for people that are addicts, smokers, dieters, all of that. It takes about 28 days to cleanse it from the system. It doesn't mean that you'll never go back there or anything like that, but it really starts helping. Like when we change our subconscious, what happens is it makes our conscious mind start looking at things in a different perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes too is what we can do is, even on our our lock screen, place dollar signs, you know, or I am abundant. It's something that makes you feel, so that every time you see it, your subconscious is seeing it. It doesn't mean that you're seeing it and going, yes, I'm abundant, yay, but your subconscious is seeing it. And that's what starts changing the reality. And it makes that difference. I mean, some people suggest sticky notes or sticky pads. I don't know if you really need to go that far. However, you got to do what's best for you, right? But that's why I do recommend, even a subliminal messaging that's playing in at night, and sometimes with binaural beat will really start switching that brain around. But the thing is, Miguel, is what I'm hearing from spirit is that you do actually really good when you're conscious to it. When you're conscious to it, you're like, oh, hey, wait a minute, I can switch this. But what happens is it's like you get distracted kind of easily with little things. And so you might see something else and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not abundant. I'm this. And so, it's almost like the tape goes in reverse a little bit. And I feel like what you need to do is just start paying attention, or be conscious of what is my mind thinking at this particular point. What is my mind doing? What is my mind thinking? Where am I at this particular moment? And one of the ways, again, we've talked about it, is staying present. But some people have asked, how do I stay present? Especially when you're, going about your daily thing. One of the ways to actually stay present, and this was actually brought up in the book, The Law of Attraction, with Abraham and Esther Hicks, is basically walking through your day. Do this for a couple of days. It's like, right now, I'm on the air. Right now, I have my finger on my lip. Right now, now I'm conscious, so I move it. Right now, I'm playing with my hair. Right now, I'm doing but I'm walking up the stairs. Right now, I'm driving. Right now, I'm stopping at a. But what it's doing is it's also training your brain to stay present rather than start drifting to where it's not supposed to be. And once we start staying present, and and it does take a couple of days, and you're not going to be repeating this all the time, but what it's going to do is it's going to bring you back and shift your perspective into more of a present reality rather than thinking about the next minute, the next hour. It just sort of helps with that. So I hope, Miguel, that has given you a little bit of insight or a little bit of perspective. But the main thing that I keep hearing from spirit is really end game. Like you're at the final end here of struggling and being in a place where, because I kind of feel like that circulation is still affecting a little bit. I don't know if it's circulation or if it's a little bit of heart palpitations, or it's a little bit of anxiety is what I keep feeling going on. I wouldn't be surprised if your digestive system is a little bit out of whack too. So
Oh, yeah.
okay, yeah, because it's like I'm feeling like the central system, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. We're talking, from the heart chakra down to the root chakra. And so that's what I keep feeling like. For me, it's all burning like a bright red rather than, the green, the orange, the yellow, and the red, right? Like I'm actually seeing it. It's not that I can't see the chakras, but what I'm seeing is like a fire behind the chakras, I guess is the best way to explain it. So that's how it's being presented to me as I'm looking through it. So yeah, and again, drink lots of water. Lots of water is going to help clear out a lot of that system. And you may even want to consider just doing a little bit of chakra rebalancing as well.
I just
Just
thought of
alignment.
that.
What's that?
I just thought of that before you said it. I'm like, you should do some Reiki on himself.
Yeah. Because even that will make a difference. Even if even if you don't want to do it on yourself, you want to listen to a YouTube video or something like that where it aligns, that will also help reset and kind of put things, click them back into order for you. So yeah, so I hope that helped. We're gonna go to Dina. He was just thinking about that too, so that's pretty cool. um okay, so Dina is asking, I'm just curious why I am constantly inviting Matt to family events and he doesn't invite me. Is he ashamed of me? What's the deal? Okay.
Hmm. I'm not getting ashamed. There's definitely a reason. It's just I can't find the word. It's not ashamed. He's not ashamed. He's not embarrassed. I can't really pick up the reason why, Dana, hoping Kathy can. But I really don't get that it's ashamed or embarrassed. There's something there. Because when I ask, it's giving me like a 50%. Okay, so it feels like there's something there. There's something that there's a reason why, but it's not that he's embarrassed of you. So in the past, I think I had picked this up for you before. Every time I ask in regards, like what messages are we getting for Matt and Dana at this time? And I keep getting that recovery card. I keep getting compromise again as well. I keep getting compromise, and let me see where Matt's at. It just feels like Matt is not, he's not ready to invite you to family gatherings. I don't, but yet again, I don't have the word as to why. But he's not embarrassed of you. And he does want a relationship with you. His heart is there. But it just feels like he's holding back for whatever reason. And it just seems like you just need to trust the process the way it's going right now. I know you're just like, well, like what the F, but it's trust the process. It's not something, I know I would feel the same way. I'd be like, hey, like what the heck, but again, that compromise, there's some kind of, both of you need to have like this mutual, like, don't assume what he's thinking, or vice versa, him assuming how you feel, what you're thinking. Try to figure out what's going on there. Like, what is the situation without coming on to him, like pointing fingers at him. Why this and why that? Are you this? Are you feeling like this, for me? Are you embarrassed of me? Try to kind of figure out where this is coming from, what's going on, have that balance where you can get to a level where you're understanding him and what he's feeling and how he's thinking. Again, I don't get that ashamed or embarrassed or anything of that sort. Is there some sort of like him having guards up or holding back for whatever reason? Did she write anything in the comments? No.
She said it's just because my family has been so welcoming and inviting, but it could be because of our culture. Dina, have you met his family in the past? I just wanted to ask that.
When it comes to culture, I get that's partially the reason, but there's something else there, and I can't.
I think I know.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping. I was like, I'm hoping Kathy can find, because it's not coming up for me.
I had a lot of words kind of come in, and
you can go ahead, Kathy. That's all I got for her.
I just wanted to address Kitty loves wheat. So Kitty, going across the screen is how you can get a reading. So readings are a $10 donation. They can be made through PayPal or e-transfer if you are in Canada. At crogers5555. Remember that it's 4 5s at gmail.com. Okay, so there's a couple of things that are going on here with him. First of all, first and foremost, this has nothing to do with you. First and foremost is because I do feel he's made bad choices in the past. And I feel like because of those bad choices, and I mean, I'm getting that there was embarrassment, not with you, not at all with you. He's actually very proud to be with you, but the bad choices of his past are very embarrassing. And I feel that there is going to be, he's worried that there might be judgment, first of all, coming from his family towards you, simply because of the fact that he has made, crap ass choices in the back. Yeah, with Jennifer. I couldn't remember her name, Dana. This was years ago, right? And And so because of those bad choices, I feel like there was a lot of, I wouldn't say harassment from the family, but it's almost as though he he doesn't want the same judgment coming onto you. I actually feel there's more of a protective energy with him not bringing you to his family at this. I feel that he will, but I'm also getting here that there is a little bit of embarrassment about his family too. And I don't feel that his family is as opening and as friendly as yours are. And I feel like he's a little worried about that. Like I feel when to be with a lot of the family, I'm actually getting, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I am getting that there is a lot of maybe family squabbles that happen during celebrations. Like, if there's a lot of traditional, family get-togethers, it's almost like, little, I wouldn't say huge cat fights, but little passive aggressive comments. Kitty, the information is just going across the screen. You can pay through PayPal at crogers5555@gmail.com. Please remember that there's 4 5s. It's going across the screen right now. But and thank you so much. But it is, this is the energy that I keep getting. There's one other thing that keeps coming through too. And the thing that's coming through for is, I feel that this is actually a really nice thing. It's a compliment. It's the fact that he feels you're the final one. Like when he's ready to bring you home, it's going to be because of the fact that, like, there's not, what I keep getting from this energy from you and him is, I do feel marriage. I do feel long term. I do feel kids in the future. Like this isn't a short term, hippy dippy relationship that's lasting 2 weeks. Like this is what I feel. I mean, I can't say you guys are going to be, together forever and ever and ever, because, life happens, and that doesn't mean things can't happen, and at some point in time, forever ends. Might happen when you're 99 years old. You know what I'm getting at? But what I do get is that there's not, in his mind, there's not going to be another relationship. In your mind, there's not going to be another relationship. So again, it's not that he doesn't want to introduce you. I feel that it's more I don't need my parents' permission on this, first of all. I feel that he is being protective in the fact that he doesn't want you judged. And they're not going to judge you because of you. They're going to judge you because of Jennifer, okay, or his past relationship. Because I feel like she brought a lot of family drama. And so bringing you there is going to have people's backs up right away. And it kind of feels like you're in that, kind of like in the boxing ring and having everybody watch you, it's that type of energy. And I feel he wants to be in a place of his own security, his own confidence, which he's been struggling with because of, the addiction and having to go to rehab. And I also feel too is that there might even be comments about rehab being brought up, especially around, the Christmas season and stuff like that, and I just feel a lot of passive aggressive, under the table nonsense drama that could occur, especially right now. So that doesn't mean that he's never going to bring you to his family. I do feel that he wants to do that, but this kind of feels like something that he just wants to be in a more secure place within himself too. So I hope that made sense to you, Dana. I hope that brought a little bit of clarity. I just feel he wants to bring you, but it's more them than it is about you. And the fact that your family is opening and open and loving, and you guys have a great time, there's a comparison there that he looks at his family and he's like, yeah, she ain't getting that at my house. You know, so that's the energy that just keep coming through. If we get married, I am assuming they will be at the wedding. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They'll be at the wedding, and you'll have met them as a group gathering beforehand. You know, I just feel like this year especially is a little tense. You know, he might change his mind last minute and bring you or want you to come or whatever. But I feel like not to kick up too much dirt about it right now, because next year, you know, will be better. And then there's going to be the future, of many get-togethers where you might just go, no, you go to your families. I'm staying here, you know? So I hope that helped. All right. Who is next? Okay. So next is Jessica. And just remember, people, readings are $10. You can just make a payment through either PayPal or through email transfer to crogers@5555@gmail.com. All right. So, Jessica, what did Jessica? I don't know if she. Oh, I just wanted to read what Dana said. My mom honestly brought this up today. She thinks I can get better, but again, mom does my best. You know what? Here's the thing. It's going to be as to whether or not you feel you can do better, right? Or how do you feel? You know, because nobody's in that marriage except for the two of you. Bottom line. So I think that's going to be the more important part. Did Jessica give us her question?
I thought I saw something in regards to her and Cameron.
Oh, yes. I wanted to check at the energy for a possible marriage with Cameron and my job transfer to the United States. Okay. Has there been contact, Jessica, with Cameron? I guess I should ask.
So I know she wanted to know if there was marriage between her and Cameron. I do get a yes. And I also do get the job transfer as well. The job transfer to the United States. I do get a yes for that as well. And to confirm that, I'm getting the success card. So that's another confirmation, Jessica, that things are going to go, beautifully your way. Did she answer in regards to communication? No. So like what I got for Dana, I'm now getting compromise for you, Jessica. So I feel like this is more, on your end versus on his. So I wish we could know if they are communicating or not. Yeah, I don't see. She hasn't commented yet, but I do get that you have to balance things out with him. Try to be more understanding and not shut yourself out because of the lack of communication. Because I know when there is communication, there's a centipede on my ceiling. Give me a second, Kathy. I can't concentrate with that centipede in my ceiling. Jessica, I'm sorry.
While you're doing that, I just wanted to ask, hi Cinder, hi Connor. It's so good to see you guys. Connor, do you have a specific question? It's kind of hard to do like a future, if you give us an area or, give us a little bit of background, that would really help. Or, give us something to kind of work from. Yeah, it would be fantastic. And thank you so much, Connor. And Cinder, it's miss you, hun. Big hugs to you. I've known Cinder since we were little kids. So
Oh, that's awesome.
our parents were best friends, or like really close friends.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty cool, hey?
So Jessica still didn't comment, but that's okay. All right. So I have Miguel saving me from the centipede. And so what I was telling you, Jessica, like there needs to be some sort of balance. So don't shut yourself down because of the lack of communication, because I know, and I've gotten more than once before, he's not used to that whole situation, especially the fact that you guys are having a long distance relationship. His heart is for you. He is 100% all about you. And I never get that. Like I told you, I've never gotten negative messages or negative energy when it comes to him. But it's just, you're going to see so much more improvement once you guys see each other. You're going to see a complete change. Because you guys are not seeing, like, you can't physically see each other all the time. It's very hard to feel that love is there all the time, especially because of the lack of communication. And I completely understand that. But once you guys are together, all that worry and all the doubting that you're having, you're going to end up in a place where you're like, why did I do all this? Like, why have I been freaking out like a crazy person? Because he really cares for you, and I do get he has a lot of love for you, and he has all these future plans with you. But there needs to be, and like I told you, this is a perfect time for you to just sit back and wait for him to communicate first, because that's going to be a way for him to practice on that communication. Sometimes I know he can get caught up with work and all of that, but when he does hear from you, it makes him feel really good. And I just, allowing him to practice that communication by not communicating first and let him reach out. Once you guys do communicate, I don't know if you've been communicating yet or not, because I think she has a way different time zone than we both do, so I'm not sure if she's on the live right now.
Oh, okay. She might be delayed too.
Yeah,
she's in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah. So I do get marriage for you and Cameron, Jessica. Don't hold back. Don't doubt anything, because at the end of the day, you're going to be like, why? Like, why did I even bother stressing myself out? Again, confirmation, I did get success for you. I do get that job transfer coming through for you. I'm also you're continuously getting signs, and you might not fully be paying attention. So if you are receiving them, pay attention to them, read what the message is. If it's repetitive numbers, or a sequence of specific number, song, animal, bird, butterfly visiting you all the time, look into what that means. What kind of message does that mean spiritually? And read into the message. So like I always tell my followers, it's not, sometimes they're sending you reminders or a wake-up call, and sometimes they're sending you messages. So pay attention to that, definitely. And I also did shuffle from my love deck for you, Jessica. Again, it's that confirmation. It's safe for you to love. Is definitely what the card says. It's exactly what the card says. I mean, it's keep your heart open to Cameron. That love is there. It's just the whole distance situation, and him having a routine, and you having a routine. But once you guys are together, you guys will develop a routine together, and it's going to be a complete 360. And so I hope that's helped, Jessica.
I'm going to get into Jessica's in just a sec. Connor, yeah, just put your question down below. And also you, for you as well, Kitty. Make sure you guys, if you are getting a reading, please make sure that you guys have put your names as well as your birth sign. We don't need your full birth date because it is the internet. Just tell me, whether you're a Pisces or an Aquarius or whatever, something like that. And also the first name and zodiac sign if you are asking about everybody or anyone else. And kind of give us a little bit of, clarification or detail to some degree, just sort of to help us along. So Jessica, interesting. I'm going to actually answer the second question first. So you had asked about moving to the States. Interesting. It was funny because I pulled this card after I had pulled other cards. And then I had turned it over because I was like, oh, I don't know what, like for whatever. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. She was also asking about moving. And this card appeared, and it's the Six of Swords, which talks about travel. It talks about moving forward. It talks about, you can, as you can see, she is on water. Sometimes it has to do with, across the water movement of some sort. It could be a trip, right? That is what's coming through. So I do feel that. Also, it does show the communication coming through. It does show a new beginning. I'm actually getting the Three of Pentacles, which really does talk about cooperation, working together. The other thing the Three of Pentacles always represents for me, though, is sort of a contract. Okay, it's like a contract. So for some people, it could be you're getting a contract for a new car, maybe a new job, maybe, marriage, moving in together, signing a contract. For me, when I see the Three of Pentacles, when you're asking about marriage, this is a very positive sign, along with the Fool card coming through, because this is about taking a risk and, moving forward, right? Also the Eight of Wands. So again, movement forward, moving into a new beginning, fast movement, swift movement. So as you're asking about this, I really feel that this is actually something that is going to, I do feel that communication is coming through. If you guys haven't communicated already, we also have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles really does talk about an exchange of energy. But it also is a warning. Try not to place too much energy into one particular thing, one particular person, whatever it is. It's really that reminder that what we need to do is balance that energy and make sure that the energy that's going to be coming toward us is going to be a shared benefit, right? It's not one person putting in too much effort and the other person just sitting back. And so when we talked about, or when Nami talked about him coming through, I do feel it is very important to sit back and let him come forward to you. It does teach him about communication. It does teach him that you can't be the only one placing the effort in. And I do feel he does get sort of involved in his own existence, and it might even be like, for you, it might feel like this is 10 days, 12 days, 40, whatever it is. But at the same time, for him, it's like, oh shit, like I'm lost in my days sort of thing. But I hope that helped, because I agree with Nami. I do feel that there is marriage coming through, as well as that movement forward, or that movement coming over to the States. So I do hope that has helped. I'm going to take a little bit of a break before we move forward. What we're going to be doing is, when we get back, we're going to have, I will put it on the screen. So first is going to be Kayla.
Okay.
And it's going to be Heather, Love Tea, Connor, and Kitty. All right. And our breaks are only 3 minutes, so they're not very long. Just it just kind of gives us a chance to have a sip of water, stretch, go to the bathroom, that sort of thing. But I'm going to put this here, and we will be back in 3 minutes, guys. Okay, so we'll see you right away. Okay, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. I'm waiting for Naomi. There she is. Hello, gorgeous. It's okay. I made it like right at the very end too. So I'm like, whoa, okay. I better hurry. Okay, so Kayla is asking about job. So just remember that we can't I can't tell you specific jobs. That's not our place to tell you. But we can, sometimes get into where the energy is being drawn to. So Kayla is wondering about when she moves, if what we feel her job, or where she will find a job. I believe. I'm just going to get the if you
I found it.
Okay, good. What is the new job coming for me in the spring?
Oh yeah, I did bring that up for her before. She said, she even confirmed, she said another reader had said the same thing. So I still get the new job opportunity. It's not going to be this year. First 6 months of 2023.
In the spring, yeah. In the spring.
Yeah. So I was just confirming. So I still do get that. I don't you said she's moving? No.
Or maybe she's just, yeah, maybe just.
Okay, so I was told this is a whole different path for me. What is the new career path? I can't really pick up what the new career path would be. But I still do get definitely the new job opportunity. I still get the new job opportunity. So I don't feel that it doesn't feel like you're gonna be leveling up on your current job. It's gonna be a whole new job. But I
Yeah.
can't really tell you for sure what that job is. Well, let me see. No, I just heard a new offer is coming. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I do get it's a whole new job. Nothing that has to do with your current one. And that it's different from what she's done before. Okay. So let me see if I'm getting any other messages for you, but I do definitely get a new job for you beginning of next year. And this is just another confirmation. So I'm getting the success card. So that's just more confirmation about that new opportunity that's going to come forth for you, and it's going to be a better job than what you have now. I don't get too much more into the whole the job situation, but I do get that you should be working on yourself a little bit. I do pick up some sort of maybe self-healing, self-love, um, before moving forward in a new relationship. Just make sure that you're slowing down and focusing on yourself. I do definitely get that for you. And again, that confirmation for that new job coming forth for you. But that's so far. That's all what I'm getting for Kayla at this time.
So again, I can't tell you specifically what a job is, but I can tell you, and that's just again, I don't look into stuff like that because it's not my place, I guess is the best way to say it. But what I am getting is the first thing that's coming through is this Three of Swords. So it really does talk about is to let go of any fears, any self-doubt. And I think that you had just said that. It feels like continue the self-focus, okay? Because the Three of Swords can really sometimes talk about focusing too much on things that haven't worked out as opposed to what could work out or where things could go. The second thing that's actually coming through, I actually keep seeing a lot of people. I feel like this could possibly be, working with the actual public in some way. It could also have to do with more administrative work. Again, I'm feeling like it could have to do with like a lot of people around like a larger office, something along that line. But you know what? Here's the thing is that I've got 3 cards here that are really indicating pretty much the confirmation of what Nami said and what I said. First of all is the High Priestess right there. We got the Hangman coming through, and we have the Hierophant. So these are all 3 extremely spiritual cards. But what they really talk about is inner focus, following your intuition, finding, sitting and asking yourself, what do I enjoy doing? I mean, some people actually and I'm just throwing an example out. That doesn't mean you have to take the example, but let's say, one of the things that you really enjoy is working with plants. Maybe you love plants. And so you go, you know what? I should check out like a garden center, right? Let's say you love animals. Maybe you can, work in a pet shop or humane society, or even go back to school. Like, this is basically what this is talking about, is very much self-focus. And the way that we find a job, an opportunity that we're going to love, is by doing something that we love. I love my job. I don't feel like I'm working. I really don't. Like, I mean, for me, when I'm doing readings, for me it's not work, but I need money. let me clear that up before I start getting a bunch of people, give me a free reading. It doesn't work like that. but but it's doing something that you really enjoy. So what I'm getting here is, it's time for you to sit within yourself and ask yourself, what are the things that I really enjoy? But we got to remember is that each thing will have subsections. Okay, so let's say you have a hobby of painting, and you're like, okay, I really love painting, but maybe you're not at that place where you're ready to sell your art. That doesn't mean you can't work in an art store or a craft store, right? That's where you would apply for your job. Or, like I said, if you like plants, apply at a garden center, apply at, like a Home Depot, where they have that garden center, or one of those places, something like this. This is basically what I'm saying. So ask yourself, what is it that I love to do? Where do I love to spend my time? Because when you're in that place, you're going to truly and absolutely love what you're going to do. And that's what that Six of Cups coming through. But it's also showing the Three of Cups, okay? So the Three of Cups is about celebration. And this is, again, going to be by following what it is that's inside of your heart. And and again, once we align with what it is that we truly enjoy and what we really love, those opportunities and those doors really open up. This is about, again, the law of attraction, right? When you love something, that something will come towards you. Here's the interesting part: is Naomi pulled up success. I actually pulled up the the Nine of Pentacles. So this talks about individual success and abundance. Okay, this is about somebody who is confident within themselves because they're doing something that they truly enjoy, that they truly love. And if you don't know what that is, that's where you have to do more self-focusing, because nobody can tell you, what you're supposed to be doing. That's within you. And only you can really truly answer that as to what it is that you enjoy. And and then once you have that, start looking into the subsections, right? A lot of people will say, well, I want to work with animals, but I don't want to go to school and be a vet. Well, you don't need to go and be a vet, but what you could do is, maybe learn how to cut dogs' hair, work in a pet store, work at the Humane Society, although that's usually volunteer. Maybe you want to be a dog walker. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you could build your own business by, cutting dogs' hair. But I don't think animals, I don't know if animals are your thing. I'm just giving examples, right? Even for plants, right? People go on vacation and need their plants watered. That's another, opportunity, or maybe a business that you could start for yourself. So there's, out of every career, there's hundreds of different subsections, and you'll know that you're found the right one because of the feeling that you have inside of you. You'll also know because those doors and opportunities will start opening up. And that's truly what I'm feeling. And again, when you ask the question, like, do you get any psychic energy from the job environment, it's really going to be up to you where you go. Because as of right now, if you lower yourself and say, okay, well, I'm just going to take a job at 7-Eleven because whatever reason, or something like that, I can't guarantee that that's going to be the best energy around. Maybe you'll love it, right? Maybe you'll have great coworkers, but it's going to have to do with, are you enjoying yourself there? Or are you in a place where you want to be? And when we're in a place where we want to be, we're going to draw in that beautiful energy of the people that are around us most of the time. So this is all going to really depend on you. But for those cards to just pop up like they did, like I said, the Hangman, the Faith, and the High Priestess, these are very much inner guidance cards. Inner guidance, not external guidance, not guidance from me or from Amy or anybody else. Nobody can tell you where you're going to be, except maybe yourself, right? But this is where we talked about really following our core self and who we are on the inside. Really asking ourselves, what do I enjoy? What do I like? Who am I inside? And what can I see myself doing going into the future? And if you're just looking for a job, for money, that's going to be a different environment than something that you're truly loving. So that is what's going to make that difference there. So I hope that helped. I hope it brought a little bit of clarity to you. Again, I dropped my pen. I don't know what the hell is going on with my pen. I seem to like to throw it on the floor an awful lot. So give me one. Because I have no idea why I keep throwing it down or dropping it. Give me a sec. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Amy. Do you?
No, and definitely a lot of the things that I picked up, you picked up as well. She did wonder if this new job that she will end up in, will she be happy? I do pick up she's gonna like it a lot better than what she's doing now. I do pick up it's gonna be a step up. Yeah, definitely. I feel that you will like it.
I don't feel it's going to be a step down at all. All. Like I actually feel, especially with both of us getting that success, 9 of Pentacles and the success card. This could be something that is going to be very individually profitable for you, or abundant for you in general. So, yeah, I hope that helped. Heather is wondering about the energy between her and Zach. And I believe she's wondering if she should reach out or wait for him to come forward. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just going to double check that. Wanted to check on energy between me and Z. Will he reach out to me, or should I initiate about watching his cat next week? Donating. Oh yeah, okay, never mind.
So I do pick up that you should be the one to reach out. When I ask in regards to him reaching out, it's giving me like a like he's indecisive, or like this I just get this maybe energy, this indecisive energy. Yeah, I definitely do get that you should be the one to reach out. Oh, about watching his cat next week. Yeah, I definitely do get that you should be the one to reach out. And then the first card that I get is communicate clearly. So, definitely you're the one that's going to have to reach out. I know that might bug you, but yeah, you're going to have to be the one to initiate the communication. And when you do communicate clearly. Like, be, don't kind of like hide around, hide behind the bush type of thing. Just, put things out on the table. And if you're going to watch his cat and, whatever other conversations that come up, make sure that you're clear about it and that he's understanding you as well as, vice versa. I do pick up that the situation between you and him is going to improve. I don't remember last time, but was it him that was having the communication issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do pick up. I'm just confirming the messages that I'm receiving. I do pick up as well that situation between you and him improving, definitely. Um, give me a second here. Let me see for my other deck. Yeah, and then I'm getting stay optimistic. So again, the situation is gonna improve. I know it's probably not the best as what it is right now. So they're still on a break and they haven't talked much. Yeah, there is improvement. Be optimistic. It's it's gonna get somewhat better. Baby steps. I want to say it's not gonna be like a drastic change. Just stay positive about it. If this is a person that you want to continue to pursue things with, then just try to be patient and stay open about him wanting to improve. And like I said, it's gonna improve little bit at a time. So definitely patient is key. And that is what I'm getting for Heather at this time.
Okay, so one of the things I am picking up is within Zach's energy, I do feel him hesitant about reaching out, especially about me, because basically you staying there is going to be doing him a favor. And I get that he is hesitant about that, especially since, you are on a break and you haven't really talked a whole lot, all of that stuff. And I feel like, first of all, I really think that you need your Nintendo Switch. So you should make plans to go over there and at some point and pick that up. But I do feel reaching out about the cat because again, I'm getting that he would feel awkward in regards to asking you about that, just because he realizes he hasn't reached out. I still feel like what Naomi said, an improvement within the situation. Now, would it hurt if you didn't reach out? I feel that it would delay things, and you also wouldn't get your Switch. That's what I feel. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing: if somebody had asked you to, house sit or cat sit or whatever, even though it's really their responsibility to be contacting you, what I do get from that is, bottom line is people take time to be able to do that. Like there would have to be arrangements for your housemaid or whatever, however that is. And I do feel that by reaching out, it does, give a more positive energy. I wouldn't get into a big long, like I wouldn't send like a book long size of text to them for sure. But I would just say, hey, whatever, we had talked about me cat sitting on this particular date. Is that still a go? That kind of thing. And if he comes back, no, I found somebody, okay, cool. Be cool about it, because I don't feel like that changes the energy. I don't feel whether you cat sit or don't cat sit, I don't feel that it's going to affect anything. But I do feel how you respond may. I would just be like, okay, cool, no problem. But before you go away, I do want my Nintendo Switch. Okay. And the reason I keep bringing that up is that it's an expensive, piece of property. And if somebody's going to go on a break, at the very least, out of respect and decency, that should be yours. Like you should have that back. That is your property. And it's not a cheap, it's not like, you left a deck of cards there. And I feel like out of just freaking respect, that should be an opportunity for you to pick it up. So, it doesn't mean, again, I don't feel that changing the energy between anything, But I mean, here's the bottom line. Let's say, you know, if let's say I was Zach and I had somebody's, you know, expensive crap, whatever it was, I would have been like, hey, you know what? I've got this. You know, I might not see you for a couple of weeks or whatever while we're on this break, you know, blah blah. Would you like to at least have this? If you don't want to take the rest of your stuff, that's cool, you know, until we really get a chance to talk. But at the very least, and for me, that's just decency as a human being. So that's the way I look at it, right? And you know, that should have been done immediately. That's the way I look at it. That should have been done immediately off of his part. But I do feel, you know, if you don't hear from him in the next day or two in regards to the cat or cat sitting, I would reach out to him. However, you know what I'm getting, Heather, here also too, is, and we've talked about this before, you know, privately, so I'm not going to get too much into it, but I really feel I feel a return of the relationship, but the trick is if you want the return of the relationship, you know, and that's something that I feel that you need to really sit on for a while and remove yourself out of the, you know, the energy of missing, of wanting, all of that stuff, because I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you. If it was me and somebody had my shit like that and they weren't offering it, or they didn't message me and say, hey, look at, you know, should I drop this off or whatever, I'd be like, nah, I don't even know if I really want to be with this person. Like, because again, that just comes down to decency and respect, you know, and if he's not reaching out and contacting, then that's kind of like saying, oh, here's $500, here, just take it and go, like, take my shit. That's the way I look at it. And so, you know, that's not very respectful towards you. And that's the energy that I feel. And you may want to reevaluate and ask yourself, is this something that I can live with? Okay, she told him to hold on to it, to be fair. But at the same degree, you know, hold on to, keep, which is it. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I would be doing. At the very least, I'd be asking for that. But I would ask him about the cat, because I do feel he's hesitant about coming forward. I feel like it would be too forward of him, you know, or he feels it would be too forward of him, or awkward, you know, for him to just come forward and ask you that, especially right now. But I do feel things changing. So I hope that helped a bit, Heather. Again, I do feel definitely to reach out, maybe even give it a couple more days, you know, and maybe give it a couple more days and see, you know, if he comes forward. But I would say it's not a bad idea to do so. I still feel good things within this energy. I'm going to tell you that. The Knight of Pentacles is coming through. So there is slow and steady energy. I do feel that it is balanced energy. I feel like it's grounded energy. But, you know, he might not be quite ready to come forward yet. That's what I keep getting. So, I don't know. Do you have anything to add?
No. Yeah, and what you picked up, you know, if she wanted to continue, you know, waiting on him, same thing I said. If that's something that you want to continue to pursue, he's gonna change, but it's not, like I said, it's not gonna be like a drastic change. Like, I'm gonna change for her right now, you know. It's gonna be like, you know, little steps. So
little steps. Yeah. I feel like I keep feeling like a new foundation will be built from this break. it's not going to be the same energy, you know, and that's a good thing. Like, I feel like a new foundation will be built, a new start, a new beginning in some way. There is going to have to be compromise within this situation. But yeah, I hope, I'm glad it helped. So, Lefty is next, and Lefty just wants to get a love update reading on her and R. Lefty, have you guys spoken at all? Has there been communication? If you don't mind just answering that.
Man, what's up with everybody not communicating?
I don't know.
And you know what? I shuffled for you twice, Levity. And the first time I didn't get any answers in regard to R. And now I'm shuffling for you a second time. And I'm still getting similar cards to the first one. Some of them are the same. Some of them changed. And still, I'm not getting too much messages in regards to you and R. I did get opportunity for you twice. Because the first time I shuffled, I got abundance. And the second time I shuffled, I got opportunity. So there is some sort of leveling up or increase when it comes to abundance, you know, coming forth for you soon. So basically that door of opportunity is open for you. I really don't get too much in regards with you and R. I'm going to shuffle from my love deck, but let me see if... You know, when I ask about R, I just get like a 50-50 energy from R when it comes to you. Like right now, the energy that I'm getting from him is 50-50. Like there's 1 foot in, but there's still that 1 foot out. Let me see here. So when I shuffle from my love deck, I just get, you have a lot of love to give. And you should get the same in return. It's not something that you're getting from R at this time, and R's energy is at a 50-50, and you're like at this 100%. Like, I have all these feelings and all these love and everything to give, but he's 50-50 and you're 100. You see what I mean? So again, that is just what I'm getting when it comes to R. I'm not getting not getting a lot of energy, and I'm not getting 100% either. And when I ask Spirit for messages for you in regards to him, I'm not getting too much. But I do definitely get that opportunity coming forth for you. I don't know if this has to do with a career. I don't know, you know, what your job is. But I do get that some sort of leveling up in abundance. So financially. During this time of, did she say if they communicated yet or not? No.
No. Hey, Lefty, if you're in the chat, can you just let us know?
Because I'm also picking up, like, this is a time for you to work on yourself and, you know, focus on yourself and put more energy on yourself during this time, whether you have or have not communicated yet. Take the time each day to do something for you or enjoy something, whether it's a series, a movie, or like myself, I like Hallmark movies. And I like this series on Netflix, and I promise you I've watched it over and over again. There's like 7 seasons of it. I love the show Good Witch. It focuses on a lot of intuition, and, you know, everything has a time and a place, And there's a lot of messages in that show as well for different situations. And, take the time to do something where you clear your mind off of everything and just put some of that energy on yourself. So that's what I'm getting for you, Lavity, at this time.
So one of the things that actually came through, you know what? I'm not sure if this is for Love Tea, and that's why I wanted her to respond down in the comments. I'm
That's
hearing
funny
what,
that you said that because I shuffled twice for her because I just felt like I don't feel like this
yeah,
is for her.
I keep hearing somebody's grandma coming through or grandpa coming through. Feels like it's a mother's side. Grandfather coming through. I'm not exact. Oh, there she is. Hey, Love Tea. Has your grandfather on your mother's side passed away? Because I'm trying to figure out if this message, it's not really a message. I just get this energy that sort of came through. And I just want to see if this is for you or not. Could be a fairly recent passing, like within the last couple of years. Does this make any sense to you? Is this for you? Because it does feel like it does. It wasn't that long ago. Again, it might be a couple of years, but if that would be your he has, but before I was, but yeah, so I don't feel like that was for, I do feel like somebody's grandfather is trying to break through here. Um,
Hmm.
and it is on the mother's side. I won't get too far into it because I don't know who this belongs to, but it doesn't happen very often when I'm doing the live show. So because I
That's
kept
awesome.
feeling it and hearing it come through, I needed to spit it out. Now, as far as you and Argo, what I'm getting right now, okay, is it does feel like things are at a little bit of a stalemate right now with his energy. I got the Two of Swords, but I also got the Two of Wands. So it feels as though he's trying to make a decision, trying to choose a path. I'm also getting here with the Seven of Coins. This, it feels like there's a lot of patience, again, that's sort of needed within this situation, which sort of sucks for you because, you've already been so patient.
Right.
But I did get the Palace of Cups. So this is about emotions coming through. I do feel ours in this place where he's trying to figure out his emotions. And I actually think that this has to do, Namie, with what you had picked up about that 50-50. It's like, am I ready to take that step forward? Am I not ready to take that step forward? Because I feel like he knows this is his last chance. This is his last chance. That's what I keep hearing and feeling. That's probably your energy that's coming through. Like you're not going to tolerate this nonsense again. And I feel like he knows that. I'm also getting, so when I asked about the Palace of Cups, what does this have to do with? Came through with the Lovers. But, when the Lovers comes through, it can also talk about choices. And that's again where I'm feeling with that Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. It's like he's in this energy of, if he takes a step forward, he knows that he cannot pull this shit one more time. Like that is going to be the end of it. And I feel like what's happening here is he is delaying that simply because he wants to make sure 100% that he's in, because there's not going to be any more of this nonsense. There's not going to be that back and forth. When I asked about the forward movement, I actually did get the Chariot. So it's interesting because I got 2 sevens coming through here. I also got 2 twos, and the sevens are sort of about, like choices and, but also about making a forward step, right? But the interesting thing is with the Chariot is that it's like I said, it's about balanced energy moving forward. He's either going to rush forward or he's going to pause. And this is where I keep getting that energy coming through, because when you look at the Chariot, it's being drawn by 2 horses. If one of those horses stalls, what happens? The Chariot falls over. There's not a balanced energy, right? Both of them are going to have to go at the same speed, the same rate. They have to be on the same page in order to balance that Chariot moving forward. So what I keep getting here is there is still some patience that's needed if you decide that you truly want this relationship. You know, the place where he is, I'm actually getting, this could be another couple of weeks, but I'm also getting the Ace of Cups coming through. I feel like he might make that decision about wanting to take that step forward. And you know, this is what all that energy is really starting to show me. But you know, by the time he comes forward, are you going to be done with him? I'm actually getting about 2 weeks, anywhere between 2 weeks. I feel this could be before Christmas, to be honest. I do feel like this could be, you know, some sort of communication before Christmas is what I'm getting. I'm also getting the Three of Wands. So there is an energy. All of these cards, Three of Swords, Three of Wands. I feel like, again, I can't, and I've said this to you before. I feel like he doesn't want to lose you. I really do get that energy. And with that Three of Swords coming through, he knows that if he mucks up again, he's done. He's gone. You're not going to tolerate that. And that's why I feel like the energy is taking its time to get to that Three of Wands. He does see that future. He does see that movement forward, okay, in all of the cards coming through. But he also has to be in that place where he's absolutely sure that this is what he wants. And I don't feel this has to do with you in particular. It has to do with, he knows the next step in commitment. You know, you know, I don't know your ages or anything like that, but he's realizing this isn't somebody I can play with. And I feel like the fact that you're not contacting him either, he's starting to see that he's losing the battle on this. And because he might be losing that battle, he has a very good opportunity of losing you. And this is where, you know, I feel like he's in that energy of like, what do I do? What do I do? Am I ready for that commitment, or am I not? I still feel he's ready. You know, he's getting ready for that commitment. That's what keeps showing through. So I hope that that helps. I don't know if you have anything to add to that. Do you?
No.
I'm still getting around Christmas is what I keep feeling. And like the energy of the wheel coming through, energy turning, Page of Swords. I don't know if you guys are on each other's social media or not, but sometimes that can indicate, you know, observing, watching, waiting, that sort of, not waiting from you. It's like waiting from him, like waiting for the opportune time is what I keep feeling here. I don't feel like he wants to lose you. That's what I keep hearing. He doesn't want to lose you, but he has to be ready. So I hope that that helped a little bit, Love Tea. We have Connor is next, and okay. Did Connor give me? Oh, I want to know if it's possible to find someone I love but I've never met before. But how? Okay, but can't pursue myself anymore. Is it possible that fate would still bring us together?
What was it? What was the beginning? I didn't hear the beginning.
So Connor is asking, I want to know if it's possible to find someone I love but I've never met before, and he can't pursue himself. Like he can't pursue the person on his own. Is it possible that fate would still bring us together? And I do believe that he gave us some birth dates here. Just a second. I did see something down here. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. But yeah, so basically I believe what Connor's asking. Oh, wait a minute here. He's on the cusp of Scorpio Libra, and the person he's asking about is Sagittarius.
So I do pick up he's gonna meet this person. So I do pick up this this union, this you and your person coming through. Every time I ask in different ways, I just keep getting yes, yes, and yes. Hopefully bring them together. Yes. So let me shuffle for him because I'm not. Did he want to know like when he may meet this person or see this person?
I'm not sure. You could probably look into it, but
okay. I know, because sometimes I ask you. Some people ask questions, but they don't want to know when. So I'm always, ahead of the game. I'm like, well, let me ask you because some people don't want to know things and they just want to keep things as a surprise, Connor. Okay. So what I'm getting for you, Connor, is you're gonna meet this person first, the beginning of 2023. So first 6 months of 2023. It feels like April, May, June, around there. April, May, June is up as of right now. And when I say as of right now is because we're picking up energy as of right now that we're doing this reading, and things can change along the way. Either something may change in your path or something last minute may come up. Something can shift the energy or that other person as well. So timelines can change every now and then. But right now, I'm just picking up April, May, June 2023 is what I'm picking up right now. I do get to remain positive, have positive thoughts, visualize this going, this union with this person happening. Try to visualize yourself actually meeting up with this person to manifest that to come through. And to also manifest that the encounter to happen within the same time frame that I'm giving you right now, or it can even happen sooner. So just keep that positive mindset. Don't doubt it. When something is meant to be, it will be. And if you're meant to be with, whoever this person is, universe, spirit guides, angels, they're going to help guide you guys to one another. I'm also getting the communication card. I don't know if this is something that has to do with someone else, if you're having some sort of communication issues with someone right now, family member, friend, co-worker. I'm wondering, this person that he's asking about, is this someone that he's met before? Or
yeah, he's somebody that he also knows, but he's not unable to reach out to them. So he's trying to see if they will get together at some point, type of thing.
So I wonder if this communication card has to do with this person, and maybe you can clarify that a little more. Maybe you might pick up something on that, but I do get some sort of communication. And that's as far as I'm picking up for Connor right now.
So I wrote down a lot of things as Nimi was talking, and so just like some things that I picked up. I did pull some cards too, but so first of all, Connor, I am getting that there's a lot of healing within this relationship that needs to happen, and this is going to be internal healing, not particularly with the person healing. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be together to do the healing. You're going to have to do your individual healing. They have to do their individual healing. What I'm also getting, what came through is, you're going to laugh. The phrase resistance is futile. So I feel like when I heard that, I was like, okay. And it feels like what Fate is basically saying is, especially within the other person, I do feel that there is some resistance with them. Not because of the fact that they don't care or whatever, but I did pick up some bad vibes, like maybe something from the past that had happened, something that maybe perhaps both of you were carrying inside of yourself in some way. So I do feel the healing has to happen. And again, this is going to be individual. I do feel like there is a soul relationship that is happening within the two of you, or between the two of you. And what I actually keep getting is, we got to remember that when we heal ourselves, we actually are healing others, especially those that we have a soul connection to. Okay. And it doesn't mean for you to do the healing in order to heal them. This is very important, because a lot of people will say, well, I've been working on myself, but they're not doing anything. That's not the point of doing it. That's all I can say. It's not the point of doing the healing. You have to heal yourself without the expectation or of the outcome of them doing the healing. The healing will happen on its own to the level that they can heal at. And that's the most important thing. Okay. If they have, even if you have a soul connection, and we can even talk about twin flames or whatever, like, we're not going to get into a big discussion, but what I'm basically saying is that people have different backgrounds and they have different levels of acceptance within them. One person's healing is going to be different from another person's healing. All right. And so a person is only going to heal at the level that they're able to heal at. I do get a level, though, that there was some sort of addiction involved within this relationship. This could have been on your side. It could have been on their side. Okay. I'm really getting this could possibly be off of their side. But you may want to clarify that for me, because it just feels like there is sort of a wall around this person. But here's the thing is, I do feel, again, as that healing is happening, I feel the two of you coming together. And it almost feels for me like when I first read the question, the first answer that literally came to me was yes. Yes. Like, you guys will. I keep hearing about April. That's what kept coming through, about April. And I think that because of the fact that there needs to be that healing energy, happening now, whether you're healing through therapy on your own, meditation, whatever it is, I feel like, first of all, you have to remove the expectations of where you want this person to be. I do feel you're going to have to meet each other on a particular level that both of you are going to be able to be able to vibrate to. Okay. I do get that the vibrations that are coming through are starting to shift. Okay. So at first I kind of felt like there was a more negative energy, and then there's now starting to shift in some way. So you might have already been doing the healing, through this process. So the cards that I actually pulled, interesting enough, I did get the Ace of Swords. So this is really talking about communication, but it's also talking about guidance from above. And again, it can also really talk about not only guidance from above, but it's like the communication coming through, off of a spiritual level. All right. I also got the Death card, and I love this card because it's really talking about transformation. And I feel like through the healing process, there's going to be a lot of transformations. Where you are right now, Connor, energetically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, is not, if you do the healing that is coming through to you, you're not even going to really recognize yourself in a few months. Like you're going to be in this different vibration is what I keep feeling. And there is success that's coming through here through the work with that Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. And this really talks about through by doing the work, you're going to be very successful in this. I really feel like reconciliation is happening. And actually, as I pulled that, I actually got the sun, or as I said that, I actually got the sun. So the sun, first of all, really talks about masculine energy. The sun is very masculine energy. Okay. So I do feel that you might need to do more of the healing than this other particular person. It doesn't mean that you both don't need to do the healing. What I'm saying is, you know, you're the one that wants this to come together. I feel like they do too, but you might have to do the inner healing. And I feel like, again, there's some sort of process that maybe perhaps you were hurt, you know, and you might have to heal that hurt. But the sun is the happiest card of the deck. So by saying that, you're going to find that as you work through this healing process, you're going to find more and more success within this reconciliation. And I do keep hearing, and I actually wrote it down, reconciliation, because I did hear that. It might not be immediately. It's not going to be right away. It is going to be through the process. Again, I hear April, but it's going to really depend on, you know, where you're putting the work into it. Okay. So, you know, if you're ready to, you know, put the work into it, it will help. Now, the interesting thing I want to bring up about healing is a lot of times people think, you know, I'm healed, you know, or how do I heal, or I can't heal because I still have negative emotions. Healing does not have to do with not having negative emotions. Healing is being able to recognize negative emotions, being able to recognize them, look at them and go, okay, yeah, this was my past. This is something that happened. This is something that might possibly trigger me, but I'm accepting it. And at the same time, I'm releasing it. It's just that you're not hanging on to it. Okay. And this is a lot of that process. So Connor, I truly hope that that has helped. I do feel reconciliation, and so did Amy in this. And again, I think we both picked up on pretty much the same timeline.
Cool, right?
Yeah. So I love that. I just swallowed my hair. Hello, Cliff. How are you doing? Good to see you. It's nice to welcome to the show. I haven't seen you for a little bit, so it's good to see you. Last one today is going to be Kitty, and she is. I'm just going to take a look at her energy here.
Oh, her name is Cheryl.
Okay.
Cheryl. Oh, okay. So Cheryl is asking about Devin. I feel push-pull energy from this person, hot, cold, all set to move forward. And then he says he's sick with a cold or flu. Okay.
He said he's still interested. It's been one thing after another delaying. Okay.
Cheryl, I do get that Devin does want to move forward with you. I do get he's still interested as well. There's still interest there. But I get some of that 50-50 energy as well. With him, I'm just getting some kind of 50-50 energy going on there. And it feels like it's not just a coincidence. I just kind of feel like it's something within him. Like he's kind of holding back. I guess is the word. Like he's holding back. Let me see what I can get for Devin and Cheryl. I think this is the most that I've shuffled today. So I don't get too much with him, I guess, because right now his energy is a little off. Like I said, I just get 50-50 with him. I don't feel like it's just, like I said, it's not like coincidence. There's some sort of him holding out or holding back. There needs to be some sort of balance within you two. It just feels like you're here, he's here, and you guys are not meeting each other halfway. And it's more like it's just more from his side, definitely from his side. I hate when like the other person's energy is so off. I can't pick up too much, but yeah, again, it's just that energy. It's just something a little off there. I can't fully pinpoint too much him holding out for whatever reason. It is what I get from him right now. So I'm hoping maybe Kathy can pick up more for you. I'm so sorry, Cheryl.
So, okay. First of all, I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you so much for watching the show. We truly, truly appreciate it. We truly appreciate your support and being here every week. And thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. If you do want a personal reading, you can see Nami on Mimi's Holistics on TikTok. There is a link to where you can purchase a reading through her. And also, if you would like a personal reading with me, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. So, first thing I'm actually getting here is I do feel that he's not feeling very well. I do feel that he is sick. I didn't pick up a negative response with that. He might not be as sick as he's claiming, but I do feel that he's.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, it's like it's more of a. The guy's definitely like not on his deathbed or anything like that, but I do feel it's like that energy of. It's like a lot of work to get ready or to go. Okay, and that's sort of the energy that I'm getting. Like I do feel he's run down, but the other thing I'm actually really getting here, Kitty, that's coming through our Cheryl, is that he's very independent. I do get this really independent energy that's coming from him. And what I mean by independent, whether he lives with his parents or whether he's whatever it is, I feel like he doesn't like to be asked questions, which is, I feel like he kind of closes himself off. But I'm also getting here that I'm really going to, I actually feel like I'm going to give you some advice here. First of all, I'm going to say no more asking him. No more initiating. Cut it off. Cut it right off. I feel like he's going to come forward. Okay. I do feel like that energy, he is going to come forward. I do feel that he's really not feeling very well. But I also get like, you got to remember Leos are like really literally like a cat. You know what I mean? So if you push them in a corner, the backs are going to go up and they're coming out fighting. Right? They don't like to be even asking, are you still interested? To him, it's like, I already said I was, or, you know, just be patient, or when it's, you know, it's kind of like that energy is what I'm getting from him. And that's why I feel you should just completely back off. You might want to, in a day or two, just say, hope you're feeling better, but I would not ask if he's ready to meet you or anything like that. I would not ask him if he's interested, you know, because Leos will show it. They are that, you know, person. I do get that energy from him. But I'm also getting here that you almost need to shut down that energy with him to some degree in order for him to make those moves forward. And if, you know, if I feel like the more that you push, or if you were to ask him, you know, are we really going to get together? Are we ever going to get together? To him, that's accusations, or that's assuming, or that's like, he takes it very, again, you know, back up, claws out is the energy that I keep getting. Interesting enough, I actually got the sun, which is Leo's energy, coming through. So I feel like to take a step back, and even when he comes forward, which I do feel he will, I'd be like, how about we do it this day instead? You know, don't respond right away. Like, take your time with it. You know, if he's not putting that energy in, don't place your energy. And I feel like there needs to be, and I think Naomi, you had said this, there needs to be a balanced energy coming through here.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're busy that night, do not switch plans. You know, if he says, well, let's get together X day, and you've already made plans, you say it. I've already made plans. Sorry. How about, you know, but give them an alternative. How about Sunday? You know, whatever, right? Do not jump to his energy. You know, this, I feel like this man does have a lot of ego. Okay. I feel like he's a nice guy, but I do feel that he's sort of in this sauntering kind of, you know, when I'm ready, I expect you to be ready, blah, you know, that kind of behavior. So don't play into it. Don't play into it. He doesn't deserve that. He hasn't earned it. He hasn't earned, you know, that behavior with you. Maybe with other people. Who cares about other people? He has to earn it with you, right? And he hasn't done that yet. So, you know, I would just take a couple of steps back. I do feel he will come forward, but that's where I would leave it. I do feel he likes you, but again, I do feel for him. It doesn't mean that this is the actual thing. I feel like he knows he won't find someone like me, but you have him pegged. Okay, good. Yeah, like the thing is, I agree with you. Like, I really do. That's exactly it. But you know, there is that ego that's coming through. There's this, you know, kind of behavior of, you know, backing into the corner. And that's, you know what? That's where you have to just go, okay, you know what? You go sit in your litter box for a little bit. I'm going to be over here playing with, you know, my toys, you know, doing what I want to do. You want to act like this? You go sit over there. Right? But don't jump. Do not jump for this man, because I don't feel that he's earned it yet, and he has to earn it before, you know, there's a little bit of jumping on your side. And so I hope that that helps. I do actually feel, especially if he doesn't hear from you while he's sick, because in his head, you know, I don't even know if you've already offered to like bring him soup or something like that, but in his head, he's fully expecting that you're going to be checking on him. So I wouldn't. At least not for 2 or 3 days. I would actually just leave it alone. And I mean, if you do want to reach out, you can say, how you feeling? Like, that's it. You know, he'll come back with whatever, and just go, I'm glad you're feeling better. Do not bring up getting together. Do not bring up, oh, you should have called me. You know, nothing. You just go, oh, okay. Or if he says, I'm still sick, oh, that's too bad. I hope you feel better soon. Done. Done energy. So I hope that helps, Kitty. I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity. I just feel that in his head, he doesn't really deserve the ego that he is sending out at this particular point. So thank you again so much for watching, everybody. We truly appreciate it, and we will see you next week. And again, you guys know how to contact us. You can contact Mimi at our Namey at Mimi's Holistic on TikTok. You can always tell when I'm getting tired because I'm at my I get my words all like blah, blah. If you would like a reading with me, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.